Hi Julia Watts here, welcome to my YouTube channel. So we are looking at Sentimentally Yours again, and once more we are looking at the Charming 2 collection. This time I'm just using the Charm Circles 2 from the new collection, but I'm teaming it up with the Layered Differently, the Regency squares, and I'm also using the Graceful squares as well. So you can see how they mix and match. Do check out, there is a video which was the first one I did with this collection, with the Charmed collection, that shows you lots of mixing and matching, including some of the things I'm going to be doing today, I think. Can't remember. Anyway, the products you'll find over on my website if I've got any stock left at juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and you'll also find them over at Honeypot Crafts as well. If there's something I know I'm definitely out of stock, then I will send you to Honeypots to have a look at them. So we are making a 8x8 card, so this is 7.5 inches square, and for my back layer, as you can see, I've gutted this here. I've been a bit frugal. We are using mirror card, and I'm using the largest but one from the stitched torn squares. I'm not sure if this is still available over at Honeypot Crafts. I know I don't have any. So obviously you can use any squares for your backgrounds. And then I'm going to pop on the top of that, I'm going to pop a double debossed stitched square, I think I have some of these in stock. I don't know. If I don't, head over to Honeypot Crafts and see. So I'm using them together. I've used them before together as a frame. Let's get those out of the way. But obviously this time I'm stacking, and I do have quite a big border here, but that's fine because I do intend to put a pearl in the corners. Dirty marks from my plates. Can't stand dirty marks, and you will see that the stitching is slightly different between the two collections, but it's absolutely fine. It works really nicely together. But before I'm going to stick them together, am I going to do that? No, let's stick them together. I'm trying to think about what I'm meant to be doing. Let's glue them together for now. I must remember not to put any in the centre. I do that, I gut, and then I forget I've gutted, and I put glue there, and then I get all mucky. I've got a memory of a gnat. I'm assuming that gnats don't have much of a memory because they're not very big creatures. Who knows? Okay, so this is going on here. I might need to move them around a little bit so I can see. That's that dirty mark. So I can see if it's straight or not. Looks pretty good actually, from where I'm looking. Okay. And then what I thought I'd do is I've got, these are the embellishment die, or the embellishment dies from the circle set. One of the embellishment dies. Grab it. So it's this little tiny one in the centre, and it's great to pop in the corners. So we're going to do that. Grab my piece of, and then I'll pop this under the mat. We're just going to scribble. Once again, it would have been a lot easier just to put double-sided adhesive on the back, but you know, don't do as I do. I suggest you do that. It's a lot easier. And I recommend the Elizabeth Craft Designs one, which you do find on my website. I lost this for ages, and then I cleaned Ed's bed that's underneath my desk, and it was in there. I'm sure it was me that dropped it in there. I don't think he's been up here nicking my bits and pieces off my desk, because he doesn't do that. He's a good putty cat. But yeah, it was in his bed, along with quite a few die cut bits off of this. So that's going to go here in the corner. good place. Pretty. I was going to stamp in the corners, and then I thought, oh no, I'll use that. I need some more glue. Come on, glue. Remember to put them facing in the right direction. So don't have one like that and then they do look nice like that, but I've got the other one like this, so this is the one that I'm going to do. Very pretty, very delicate. You might find after quite a few cuts, because obviously I've done quite a few demos with these now, that your dies might tighten up a wee bit, especially the intricate ones. So just run them through your machine with a piece of either wax paper. I know lots of you have got the Cut Right wax paper from many moons ago when we used that. Where is that coming from? It's just a bit of fluff. I hope it's a bit of fluff. It's a bit of fluff, but it's got a bit of glue on it as well, so it wants to stick. Right, faff around with that in a minute. Yes, so run your dies through the machine just with a bit of wax paper or greaseproof paper. Kitchen greaseproof paper will do, but wax paper is better, and that will loosen your die up again. You only need to do it every now and again, just when you start feeling it's a bit tight and it's hard to get out. It's because they're so intricate. Okay, so there's our 4 corners. Pretty, aren't they? I'll put that under my mat. Then the next layer up is my largest charm circle. That's not very equal now. What have I got under there? Ah, that's better. Charm circle. Then we've got the actual mat that's going on the charm circle, like so. And I think we're just going to stick that down straight away. I'm not inking around the edges. You could do antique linen, would work really nicely with the gold. Or what you could do is ink around the edges with Versamark and then add some gold detail embossing powder to those edges and heat set, and that will look very nice as well. Okay, so there's our circle. Then on here we're going to have a Regency square. I know it's not a square, but it's in the Regency square set. I can grab it. Come on here. So it's one of these. I think it's, is it the largest one? Let me have a look. Nope, it's not the largest one. It's the largest but one. Just so you know, yeah, it's the largest but one. It's quite nice actually if you offset them. I don't know if you can tell. Let me hold that up. So if you offset them, then you have like little peaks alternated like that. It's quite nice. Or you could offset them with the smaller one. We're going off at a tangent here. We're going into the Regency squares. So you can offset these so that that points to the centre. There's a bit of a glare off of the mirror card. This is the problem with it. Oh, there's my camera with its green case. Right, so that's going there. Then I've got a Graceful square. I know it's not square. I know that. That's going to sit in there like that. Or it could sit against the pointy one like that. You've got choices. And this one is from the Graceful Squares, and I think I used that one. Largest but smallest but one. That's the one I've used out of that set. They work well together. I'm actually going to stamp on this one, so we're going to do that now. Let's pop this under my mat. Flatten out, and we will get a stamping platform just for a cushion. And my big block. And we're going to dust with an anti-static bag because we are actually going to stamp and emboss. We won't see that much of it, but it's just the detail. And we're going to have it so that it is pointing up like that. So I'm using the template sheet from underneath to figure out where that needs to go. Then we're going to have the Doodle Dainty Hearts in the Textures collection. And I will end up stamping it. I'm going to have to stamp it twice. What a nuisance. Oh well. It is what it is. So these things are sent to challenge us, aren't they? Right. So I'm going to just put a magnet there for now. And we're going to ink up with Versamark. Maybe a bit more long-winded than I wanted it to be. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're not going to see all of it. But what I'm going to attempt to do, because I'm going to stamp this way, is I'm going to try and just stamp half of it so that the join is in the middle. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously you can't see the ink, so you've no idea whether you've inked it up well enough or not. But I've got the cushion underneath from my stamping platform. If your stamp is dirty, you'll be able to see where it's going. But my stamp isn't dirty for once. Let's go using the lines to get it straight. Let's go there. Can't see it. Can't see it. So we can see it, we're going to actually put the embossing powder on. Try not to touch it much, and we're using the Superfine Gold, Pure Gold. Yeah. I'm trying not to touch it, that's the thing, because I don't want finger marks all over it. Excuse me. Honestly, whenever I do these videos, I get frogs coming in my throat, and it's driving me nuts. Absolutely driving me nuts. Right, so let's put the top on so I don't knock it over. There's nothing worse than losing your embossing powder like that. And what are we going to do? We can't put the magnet there. Right, we're going to line it up just like so. And we're going to ink up again. Where's my stamp? Do make sure your hearts are pointing the right way. It's that way up. Because we don't want half of them going one way and half of them going another way. That would be pretty disastrous. Ink it within an inch of its life. Okay. And now we are going to go in the gap like so. Hopefully I just didn't move it then, but we'll soon find out. Hopefully I haven't got any finger marks on there either. I did try really hard not to touch it. There we go. Fabulous. Right, let's go with the tweezers. Just in between there. Such a delicate operation. And get our paper out. Ooh, success. That's pretty damn good, even if I say so myself. Obviously it's not embossed yet. I'm not worried about that bit there, because that'll get hidden. Cool. Right. Put this away. You've got plenty of time. Once your embossing powder's on your ink, you've got plenty of time to, you know, put things away, tidy up, go and have a cup of tea, whatever you want. You just don't want the cat to walk across it until it's actually set. Not that you want the cat to walk across it at all, but, you know, is what it is. Let's just move that there. Put the top on the Versamark. Have a little sing song while we do it, and we'll heat set. So I can't really hold it, so I'm just going to go from above. Always warm up your heat tool before you use it. I'm using the Wow dual speed heat tool. And I've got it on high because it's a detail embossing powder. Give it a stretch like that. And I'm just going to pop a paper tool down just to hold it in place. And follow It is just like magic. I'm quite lazy nowadays. If I can get away without embossing, I don't. But when I do, it still is quite a wonderful thing. There we go. We fully set. Let's have a look. Wiggle it in the light. Looks fully set to me. There we go. Pretty. Really lovely. Okay. So that's that. Where else are we going? Let's have a look. So this one's going to go on the Regency. So it's going to stick. I think I'm going to go point to point like that. So we can already set that, I think. Is that set? If you don't know if it's set, if you just wiggle it in front of a window in the light, obviously not when it's dark, but in the light, then you can see whether it's set or not. And do that before you rub your fingers across it, because if you rub your fingers across it and it's not set, it will just come off, obviously. So we're going to go point to point. So so that our hearts are nice. And then I'm going to shove this underneath my board to flatten it out. Point to point. Your glue will take longer to set on mirror card, which is actually quite handy. Okay, right, so it's going underneath into my pile again as well. Let's put it on top of that one. Okie dokie, next I've got another charmed circle. I nearly said charmed square then. I don't know what planet I'm on. This is the smallest of the ones that are paired up together, and you can see on the plain one you've got that lovely single debossed detail around the edge, so this one's going to get stuck to that. I'm not putting flowers on this card, but obviously you can if you want to. Yeah, always have to put flowers on. And obviously if you don't like gold mirror, you can always use your silver mirror if you want to use mirror at all. If you don't want to use mirror, you can use any contrast colour at all, because obviously everything goes with white. Actually, what's very nice is either white on white or cream on white. That's very nice together as well. Now, I was thinking about using this one, but this one's a bit big because you see hardly any of the white. And this is from the Regency squares. Let me grab them. So it's this one here from the Regency squares. I think this is the one that I actually gutted with. Can't tell now. Anyway, so I'm not going to use that one, but obviously I've got that for another project. But what I have done is I've cut this one out. Let's put this over here just for a second so it sets down like the rest. So this one I have actually cut here. And you can see these actually fit really, if you've not seen it, they fit really nicely together if you just stack them up. I'll hold it up, but obviously you'll see my camera. Like that. Or you can just move them slightly so that they sit together like that. And if you do them in contrast card, it looks really, really nice. So we're going to use that one. That's the cat sharpening his claws. And I'm popping a sentiment coin on here. And this is from the occasional sentiment coins. So you've got happy anniversary to you both, and they're both on there. And do check Honeypot Crafts to see if they've got any left, because I've sold out. And again, I've embossed it with the gold detail embossing powder, and I have cut it out using the largest of these circles in the Graceful squares. So that one there cuts out perfectly for your sentiment coin. So that's like a win-win if you've got those and the sentiment coins. And you've got that lovely pierced edge to it as well. So these are going to go together as well. And then we can construct, because everything should be stuck and ready to go. And then we've got 97 million layers of foam tape to go on. And we just get a little kind of pointy border around the edge. I think we'll have it so that to both is there. It works with the points. Doesn't matter, but you've got a little pointy border. Okie dokie, so let's get all our bits that we've got. See them all together, they look lovely all together anyway. Right, so let's get our layers out. And we're going to go onto our base card. Remember, this is going to be for an 8x8 card. Oh, do not want that. I want foam tape. That's what I want. I don't know what planet I was on there. Good job I noticed. Well, the top bit of foam tape's not going anywhere, that's for sure, because it's glued down. This is 2mm foam tape. That's all I've got. Got stuck to their magnet. Let's move the magnets out of the way, away from my iPad. And then across the middle, as always. That'll come off. So this is the boring bits. You can always fast forward this bit or go and make yourself a cup of tea while I'm just stacking these up. That's one. There's my bit. And we're going to put a bit of glue stick, Pritt stick on the back. Just to make it so that I can move it if I need to. And all the corners are the same, so it doesn't really matter. Yep, I'm going to have it up like this so I can see. Got quite a big border on this one, which makes it a lot harder to actually line up straight. Does that look right? Yep, that's where it's going. And then we're going for the circle. Although this is a little bit time consuming, this is actually the fun bit, actually sticking it all together. And we're going to go for, oh, where are we? We go for the pointy bit in the middle. Move it over ever so slightly, because you can do that because you've got the Pritt on the back. A bit more. Okay. Then we're going to go for our duo. Remember to stick your hearts down straight, or as in, you know, not on the wonk. I think these little embellishment corners are actually crying out for a pearl just in the centre of them, so that's what we're going to do. I could have done with flattening this down for a bit longer. Then we're going to go point to point on the centre of the circle. That's good. Coming, shaping up nicely. Next circle. And the foam tape bites the dust. we're going to point the pointy bit to pointy bit again. And our final layer, which is our sentiment. Not going anywhere, is it? We should have that point to that point. It should be straight. Yep, there we go. And then we're going to pop some pearls on just to finish off. So I reckon that a little pearl in the centre of that might be nice. And I think we'll put a pearl on the outside edge. Oh, I can see some, there's a little bit of glue there. How did that happen? Oh, I'll sort that out in a minute properly. Okie dokie, right, stop faffing around, Julia. We're going to have porcelain white. There's a few too many in there. Let's see if we can get the ones we want. With my pickup tool, here it is. Excuse me, invaluable this. Definitely need these. So I reckon we can get a 5mm, or maybe even a, can we get a big one in the corner? We can. Let's put a big one in the corner. Make a statement. So yeah, we'll put a big one in the corner. Don't want too much glue because I don't want it to ooze out. So it is mirror card. And then we're going to go one in the centre here as well. I think it might be a 5. I was going to do a little one, but I think a 5 will be very good in the corner. Right. So I have an 8 in there and a 5 in there. Pretty, very pretty. I do like the pearls in the centre of that, very nice. There we go, all done. Quite an elegant stacked up card. I don't normally do stacked up cards, but I've done quite a few of these. Isn't that pretty? Lovely anniversary card. Doesn't need flowers if you don't want them. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm quite pleased with the result. As I said, you can find the products over on my website, which is juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and you can also find them over at Honeypot Crafts as well. Do like and subscribe my YouTube channel, which is where you are now. There are lots and lots of videos on there. There's well over 130 with just Sentimentally Yours products, and of course there's other videos on there as well. And thank you for watching.